You walk into a room. What's the first thing you do? You scan. You're not looking for the exit. You're not looking for a friend. You're looking for their faces. A micro smile, a nod, a frown. You're a puppet. And every set of eyes in that room holds a string. You call it being nice. You call it social awareness. I call it what it is, a diagnosis. You're an addict. Your drug isn't a substance. It's external validation. It's the like, the good job, the nice, the compliment. You're a slave to the four most pathetic words in human psychology. What will they think? And what's the garbage advice you're fed? Just be yourself. Don't care what people think. Absolute toxic nonsense. That's like telling a heroin addict to just stop. It's insulting. It's lazy. It's wrong. This isn't a bad habit, it's a prison. A psychological cage you've built, bar by bar. And the bars aren't steel. They're made of approval. Every time you get a fix, a bar gets stronger. Today I am not giving you tips. I am giving you the blueprint for the escape. We are diagnosing the validation trap. And at the end, we're opening the case file. I'm putting one of your validation-addicted behaviors on the table, diagnosing the rot, and giving you the antidote. You'll want to see this. Let's dismantle this prison. Here is the diagnosis. 1. You've misdiagnosed empathy with cowardice. You think you're an empath. You tell people you feel things deeply. Let's be clear, you're not an empath. You're a coward. True empathy is understanding how someone feels. You are engaged in psychological espionage. You're scanning their face, their tone, their body language. Why? Not to connect with them, but to predict them. If I say X, will they get mad? This isn't connection. This is a defensive, fearful, and manipulative survival tactic. You're not nice. You're just terrified of the conflict you're not strong enough to handle. 2. Your self-worth is a leaky faucet. You talk about building self-worth. It's a joke. Your sense of self is not an internal solid core. It's a leaky bucket, and you've given the faucet to everyone else. Someone gives you a compliment, drip. You feel full for an hour. Someone criticizes you, drip. You're empty. You are psychologically outsourced. You've made your own value dependent on the most unstable, unreliable, and biased market on earth. Other people's opinions. A winner builds an internal well. You're waiting by the side of the road, with a cup begging for a drip of rain. 3. You've built a persona, not a person. Look at your behavior, the you that you show to the world. It's a mask, carefully constructed, focus-grouped, people-pleasing performance. You laugh at jokes you don't find funny. You nod in agreement with opinions you despise. You say yes when your entire nervous system is screaming no. Why? Because you're not a person, you're a product. You're trying to sell yourself, constantly tweaking the brand to make it more palatable, more likable. The problem? You've been wearing the mask for so long that you've forgotten what's underneath. There is no real you left. There's only the performance. And you're exhausted because the show never stops. 4. The Machiavellian Inversion, loved versus contemptible. Let's look at the masters. Machiavelli. He diagnosed this 500 years ago. He asked, is it better to be loved or feared? You're not even in the game. You're so desperate to be loved that you've made yourself contemptible. Your niceness has no teeth. Your approval has no value because you give it to everyone. You stand for nothing. You fall for everything. You are a yes man, a doormat, a utility. People don't respect you, they use you. They use you for your yes. They use you for your support. They use you as their emotional dumping ground. You're not loved, you're just useful. Until you're not. 5. You're paralyzed by the spotlight effect. You're a prisoner of your own ego. You walk into a room and you're terrified. They're all looking at me. They're judging my clothes. Did I say something stupid? This is the spotlight effect. It's a psychological glitch. You believe you're the main character in everyone's movie. Let me give you the brutal, liberating truth. No one is thinking about you. They're not. They're too busy being the main character in their own movie. They are just as trapped, just as paranoid, just as self-obsessed as you are. You're not being judged. You're not even being seen. You are a background extra, Your validation trap is built on a complete delusion. You are a prisoner in a cage with no bars, terrified of a guard who isn't even there. 6. The fix. Weaponize your indifference. So what's the cure? You're waiting for a 5-step happiness plan. There isn't one. The antidote to your addiction is poison to your ego. It's indifference. Not selective indifference. Not I don't care what some people think. Total indifference. This isn't an attitude. It's a byproduct. It's the result of having an internal mission so powerful, so all-consuming, that you literally have no mental bandwidth left to process their input. You're not ignoring their opinion. You genuinely do not hear it. You are on a mission. They are just noise. Their praise is noise. Their criticism is noise. It's all static. You are tuned to a different frequency. 7. Build your internal locus, the unbreachable core. Your problem is an external locus of control. It's a diagnosis. It means you believe your life, your emotions, your success are controlled by external forces. Them. You have to build an internal locus. This is a core, a standard, a set of non-negotiable personal laws. This is your work, your standard of good. Your mission. When your internal standard is, I must do X, and someone says, I don't like X, it's irrelevant. It's like someone telling a lion it should be a vegetarian. The lion doesn't care. It's a nonsensical input. It doesn't compute. You are obsessed with being liked. The winner is obsessed with being effective. The winner is obsessed with the mission. Let's land the plane. This validation trap is a prison of your own making. You're the inmate, the warden, and the architect. You've been taught to hunt for likes your entire life. It's a cheap, sugary, toxic drug, and you're starving for it. The only way out is to build something inside of you that is more valuable than anything they can give you from the outside. Mission, a standard, a core. Until you do, you will always be their puppet. Time to open the case file. The case from Jenna. I have a business idea. I've spent a year perfecting it, but I'm terrified to launch it. I can't stop thinking about the critics. What if people hate it? What if I'm a fraud? I'm paralyzed. Diagnosis. You're not paralyzed, you're a validation coward. You're not in love with your business. You're in love with your fantasy. You're addicted to the potential. In your head, your idea is perfect. It's unjudged. It's safe. The fear of failure isn't what's stopping you. It's the fear of data. A launch brings data. Likes are data. Hate is data. You're terrified that the real world's data will puncture your perfect fantasy. You're not a perfectionist. You're a fraud right now. You're a dreamer, not a doer. You're hiding from the only thing that matters. The contact. The fix. Launch now. Launch it before you're ready. Launch it while you're terrified. Your goal is not to get 1,000 sales. Your goal is to kill your ego. Your goal is to get your first "this is stupid" comment. That's your real first victory. Because that's the moment the fantasy dies and the work begins. Stop protecting your ego. Execute. You've watched, you've nodded. You probably feel that little hit of insight. Let's be clear, that feeling is worthless. It's just another fix. Don't you dare just hit the like button. That's a passive, weak validation click for your addiction, not mine. Don't just subscribe. You'll be totally disappointed if you're only looking for your next dose. This wasn't entertainment. This was an operating table. And you just got diagnosed. Now what? Are you going to close this window and go right back to your cage? Are you going to keep begging for your next approval hit? Or are you going to execute? Your work doesn't start tomorrow. It starts now. In the comments, I want just one thing. Give me the diagnosis. What is the one validation trap, the one prison you're building for yourself? Don't give me a story. Don't give me your feelings. Give me the cold, brutal diagnosis. Let's see if you're a patient or a practitioner.